What can I say about the third episode of season 8 of Game of Thrones? The night is dark and full of terrors. Hello, namaskar, welcome, swagatam. You are with the Versatile Doctor. My name is Dr. Abhinav Atul and I am here with our weekly Game of Thrones discussion with a spoiler-free talk on the 78 minutes long third episode of this season, aptly titled The Long Night. After a reunion special and a filler episode, not only is this third episode worth the wait, it is also a satisfying main course to the appetizers of episodes 1 and 2. This is what we have been waiting for. But bear in mind, there are 3 more episodes left. The Long Night starts with a tracking shot of a few of our major characters preparing for the coming battle. This shot doesn't run very long, but it sets the tone for the upcoming battle. The first dialogue of this episode comes even later, after we have had an idea of where each person is placed in the battlefield of Winterfell. And there is even more build-up, very carefully accentuated by Ramin Djawadi's new battle track. And when the battle does begin, it is with a visual spectacle. It is a genuine treat to watch how the first wave of attack starts. I wish I had a bigger screen on my TV. I wish I could say that this battle reminded me of the Battle of Helm's Deep in The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, which is by far the gold standard of a castle siege.
So it begins.
Although there are similarities, this particular battle sequence goes way beyond defending a castle against an army with numbers beyond counting. What do you expect from a battle scene in Game of Thrones? That it would be something you have never experienced before. And they did deliver it on this quality. The bar is actually set pretty high, you will agree, because there are 2 live and 1 undead dragon in the mix. You'll forget the Battle of the Bastards, because how can you win against an army of the undead where your fallen can rise up at any moment and join the fight against you unless they are burnt or completely destroyed. There are so many hero moments, so many close shaves, people winning against almost certain death scenarios. This is Game of Thrones and it won't be Game of Thrones without some major character deaths. So we get a few. Although by the time the episode ends, there is a significant lack of clarity on the survivors. So we have to wait another episode to find out who actually bit the dust and who is just licking their wounds. Now, without going into any more spoilery details, let me warn you, this battle is this episode's biggest strength as well as its greatest flaw. Talking strictly about my personal opinion after watching this episode only once, somewhere someone very influential and very talented decided to make this episode a night battle. Now, this probably was to manage their VFX budget or a creative decision or something incomprehensible for the regular viewers like you and me. But this leads to many confusing moments in the middle of the battle too, where you're not sure what you're watching or who you're watching. But even so, this episode is one of the best of all episodes of Game of Thrones because of the last 20 minutes or so. When the clock crosses the 1 hour mark, you become conscious that this episode may end at any time with a terrible cliffhanger that will leave you restless for the rest of your week. You remember few of the cliffhangers in Game of Thrones? The first ever cliffhanger in Game of Thrones that told the world that people making Game of Thrones were serious, they mean business and they won't shy away from any extremes. That was when Bran was pushed out of the tower window.
The things I do for love.
Remember Jon Snow being stabbed?
For the watch.
Although everybody knew that Jon will come back, still that was a restless 1 year. And what about when Oberyn Martell lost the trial by combat on behalf of Tyrion Lannister? They left us hanging for 2 weeks, showing us the Battle of Castle Black instead of telling us what the fate of Tyrion Lannister would be. But
what do we say to the god of death?
Not today.
similarly, what do we say to cliffhangers? Not today. And we get an amazing end to this episode. We will discuss more when all the episodes are out. In the meantime, do let me know your thoughts about this episode in the comment section below. I hope you have liked this video and will share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned with me. Do click the bell icon to get timely notifications of all the versatile content on my channel. This is all from the Versatile Doctor for today. Until next week, until next episode, this is Dr. Abhinav Atul signing off. It is my pride and privilege to be able to connect with you through this video. Namaskar.